Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Doctor. You've just entered a place where curiosity meets calm, where big questions turn into gentle stories, and where knowledge becomes the perfect companion for rest. Here I create soothing documentaries designed to spark your imagination while guiding you toward relaxation. So settle in, let your mind wander, and let curiosity carry you peacefully into sleep. Tonight, we journey back in time, back to a world that existed long before humans, long before cities, long before even the earliest mammals scurried beneath the shadows of giants. Tonight, we travel to the Jurassic Period. Imagine the Earth as it was 200 million years ago, a world at once alien and familiar. Oceans stretched farther than we can imagine, carving shapes into continents that were still slowly drifting apart. Forests, thick and vibrant, sprawled across landscapes that had never known the weight of human footsteps. The air was warm, heavy with moisture, carrying the faint scent of ancient conifers, cycads, and ferns. Picture standing at the edge of one of these ancient forests. The ground beneath you is soft, covered with layers of ferns and mosses. Sunlight filters through towering trees, illuminating the forest floor in golden shafts. Leaves rustle with the movements of unseen creatures, some tiny and scurrying, others larger, stepping quietly through shadowed clearings. The world is alive with sound, the distant calls of predators, the whisper of wind through leaves, the subtle splash of water as a river meanders through the landscape. The Jurassic was a time of warmth and abundance. Ice had mostly vanished from the poles, and the oceans teemed with life, both delicate and monstrous. Rivers wound through plains, carving valleys and leaving behind rich sediments that would one day preserve fossils, memories of a world long gone. Life experimented with scale. Some creatures towered over forests, their necks stretching toward the sky. Others remained small and secretive, perfectly adapted to evade predators and survive in the dense undergrowth. Tonight, we will wander through this forgotten era, tracing the steps of colossal sauropods, marveling at the sleek hunters of the land, listening to the whispers of ancient oceans, and gliding with the first true flyers across the sky. Each moment we explore will reveal a layer of life, a texture of time, and a story written in stone and memory. The Jurassic Period followed the Triassic, a time when life had teetered on the brink. A great extinction had cleared the stage, and now Earth was being reborn. Forests became denser, seas more vibrant, skies more alive. Continents, once fused as the supercontinent Pangaea, slowly drifted apart. The land cracked and stretched, forming shallow seas and new coastlines. Mountains rose gradually, rivers carved valleys, and volcanoes erupted with slow, rhythmic patience. Imagine standing at the edge of a rift valley, watching molten rock shimmer as it cools into stone, shaping the land in ways that will persist for millions of years. The climate was warm, humid, and gentle, a natural greenhouse. Tropical forests extended far beyond the regions we're now associated with lush greenery. Ferns covered the ground like soft carpets. Cycads, armored and ancient, stood like silent guardians, and conifers rose skyward, their needles whispering in the warm wind. At night, the forests were shrouded in shadow, a profound darkness broken only by the silvery light of the moon. As you walk slowly through such a forest, notice the textures beneath your feet: soft moss, fallen leaves, and damp earth. Hear the distant echoes of creatures moving through the undergrowth. Perhaps a small mammal, no bigger than a modern rat, scurries across your path, alert and watchful. Somewhere farther, a predator prowls silently, calculating every step. Even in this calm, mysterious world, life is in motion, each creature playing a role in a delicate and intricate ecosystem. Rivers meandered across plains, carrying minerals and sediments. Lakes shimmered in the sun, their surfaces disturbed only by the occasional leap of a fish or the ripple of a gliding reptile. Volcanic ash occasionally clouded the skies, reshaping the landscape in moments, reminding us that Earth itself was alive, moving and breathing in rhythms older than we can imagine. Now, let your attention drift to the oceans. The Jurassic seas were teeming with life, a kingdom both beautiful and terrifying. Waves rolled gently over vast expanses of water, hiding beneath their surface creatures of unimaginable size and grace. Ichthyosaurs, streamlined and powerful, darted through the water like living torpedoes. Their enormous eyes pierced the dim light, seeking prey with precision. Plesiosaurs, long-necked and elegant, moved with slower, deliberate grace, using their flippers to navigate the depths. In these oceans, survival was a constant dance, predator and prey locked in a delicate balance. And yet, not all was monstrous. Ammonites floated on currents, their spiral shells glinting in filtered sunlight. Tiny fish darted between kelp-like plants, weaving through underwater forests of coral-like organisms. The seas were alive with color, motion, and life, a symphony of existence beneath the waves. Imagine diving beneath the surface, letting the cold water envelop you. Shadows pass overhead, shapes vast and unknowable. A pliosaur glides silently past, its jaws powerful yet measured. Schools of fish swirl around it in a protective ballet, moving as one. Even here, the ocean speaks in whispers of survival, patience, and beauty. Returning to land, the true rulers of the Jurassic emerge. The sauropods, massive long-necked herbivores, walked in slow, deliberate herds. Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, and Apatosaurus grazed peacefully, their immense necks stretching toward the canopy, plucking leaves with precision. Each step caused a gentle tremor in the earth, a reminder of their enormous size. Predators lurked in shadows. The Allosaurus prowled the forests, calculating and patient, its claws and teeth honed for hunting. Smaller dinosaurs, fleet-footed and alert, moved through the undergrowth, darting between ferns and fallen logs. Life on land was a balance of caution and boldness, a continuous interaction of predator and prey. Consider the sounds of this world. The low rumble of a sauropod herd, the snapping of twigs beneath a predator, the soft rustle of ferns as a smaller dinosaur passes. Even in the calm of evening, life was active, complex, and mesmerizing in its variety. Above the forests, the skies were awakening. Pterosaurs unfolded leathery wings, soaring gracefully over rivers, lakes, and cliffs. Their movements were slow, deliberate, and beautiful as they rode the ancient winds. Among them, Archaeopteryx, small and feathered, glided effortlessly, its wings catching the fading light. Hey, the first hints of modern birds were emerging, an evolution of flight that would eventually carry life across the world. Imagine watching the sunlight glint off feathers, the quiet sound of air moving past wings, the distant cries of others of its kind echoing softly. The skies, though calm, were alive with motion, a delicate balance of predator, prey, and life taking its earliest attempts at aerial mastery. Yet the Jurassic was not solely about giants. Beneath the towering trees, small mammals scurried through ferns and moss, hidden in shadows, alert to the slightest sound. They were cautious, but clever, tiny architects of survival, living in the margins of a world dominated by enormous creatures. The plant life was equally fascinating. Cycads, ferns, and conifers created dense, layered habitats. Each tree, each bush, each patch of moss contributed to a complex web of life. Flowers were only beginning to evolve, but the richness of greenery provided shelter, food, and beauty. The planet itself was restless. Tectonic plates shifted beneath the surface, shaping mountains, valleys, and seas. Volcanoes erupted with patient rhythm, sending clouds of ash into the sky and rivers of lava across the land. The Jurassic Earth was alive, reshaping itself constantly, reminding every creature that life is both fragile and resilient. Imagine standing near a slow-moving lava flow. The heat radiates against your skin. The sky darkens slightly as ash drifts overhead. Yet life endures. Plants grow on cooled rock. Dinosaurs move cautiously around obstacles. And the rhythm of the planet continues, unstoppable and eternal. As our journey through this first part of the Jurassic comes to a close, consider the grandeur of what we have witnessed. Forests reaching skyward, oceans filled with mysterious life, predators and prey locked in eternal dance. The Earth was alive in ways both terrifying and beautiful, a reminder of the vastness of time and the resilience of life. Even as we rest here, imagine the whispers of this world continuing, the rustle of leaves, the calls of distant creatures, the gentle ripple of ancient rivers. Though we cannot return physically, we can journey in imagination, stepping lightly through shadows, gliding through oceans, soaring across skies, and marveling at a planet in its raw, magnificent youth. And now, as your eyes grow heavier, let the memory of the Jurassic drift through your mind. Imagine it as a soft, warm hum beneath your thoughts, a place untouched by human hands, timeless and enduring. Let it lull you into calm, and let sleep begin its gentle journey. On the forested plains, the sauropods rule. These enormous herbivores move with a calm, deliberate grace, their long necks stretching to reach leaves from towering conifers. Brachiosaurus, with its massive shoulders and upright stance, grazes quietly near the edge of a river, while Diplodocus stretches its long tail behind it, balancing as it reaches for the uppermost branches. Imagine walking among them, careful not to disturb their rhythm. Each step they take creates vibrations in the ground, soft yet palpable, a reminder of their incredible size. The forest around them seemed to bend and sway under their presence, leaves brushing against their bodies as they moved past. Sauropods lived in herds, and these herds created a moving ecosystem. Their footprints became pools of water for smaller creatures, their droppings nourished the soil, and their very movement shaped the forests they inhabited. Even the predators that lurked nearby had to respect their scale, for one swipe of a tail could topple trees and alter the landscape. And yet, despite their size, life was not always easy. Competition for the tenderest leaves, the driest water, or the sunniest clearings created subtle tension within the herds. Each movement, each choice, was a balance of survival, social dynamics, and the eternal quest for sustenance. Among the shadows of trees and ferns, Allosaurus prowls. Its movements are deliberate, measured, a slow, predatory elegance. Unlike the colossal sauropods, Allosaurus relied on speed, cunning, and precision. Its claws were curved like sickles, perfect for gripping struggling prey, while its jaws could crush bone and muscle with terrifying efficiency. Yet Allosaurus was not a reckless hunter. It calculated its movements, observing herds of herbivores, waiting for the weak or isolated individuals. The forest itself aided the predator, shadows and dense undergrowth providing perfect cover. The hunt was a dance, silent, tense, and mesmerizing in its rhythm. Smaller theropods, swift and cunning, moved in packs or alone, darting through ferns and fallen logs. They hunted insects, small mammals, or even scavenged scraps left by larger predators. Their presence reminds us that survival during the Jurassic required intelligence as much as strength. Life was a delicate interplay of predator and prey, each shaping the other, each contributing to the complexity of this ancient ecosystem. Now, imagine wandering to a river or lake, the water glinting softly under the warm sun. Here, life gathered in abundance. Sauropods came to drink, their long necks dipping gracefully into the water. Small mammals skittered along the banks, avoiding the occasional predatory eyes watching from the shadows. In the water itself, Fish and amphibians darted beneath the surface, oblivious to the giants above. Some reptiles, fully adapted to aquatic life, moved through the water with elegance, their fins and tails propelling them silently. The sound of water gently lapping against rocks, combined with the rustle of nearby leaves, created a serene environment, yet one full of hidden drama, for the line between hunter and hunted was always present. Imagine the reflection of a flying pterosaur above, mirrored perfectly in the water. The lake is a stage for life's intricate choreography, predators and prey, giants and small creatures, all sharing this living landscape in delicate balance. Beyond the land, the Jurassic oceans teem with life. Plesiosaurs glide gracefully, their long necks slicing through the water. Ichthyosaurs dart past like silver torpedoes, their movements fast and fluid. In deeper waters, pliosaurs, enormous and powerful, glide silently, their presence commanding respect. Ammonites float effortlessly, their coiled shells glinting in filtered sunlight, while schools of fish weave through coral-like structures, creating shimmering patterns beneath the waves. The seas are alive with color, movement, and subtle beauty. Imagine diving beneath the waves. The pressure of the water surrounds you, yet life continues its delicate dance. Shadows pass overhead, the flicker of scales and fins creating a mesmerizing rhythm. Even in these ancient waters, life exhibits resilience, adaptability, and an elegance that seems almost intentional. High above, the air is alive. Pterosaurs stretch their wings and soar effortlessly, riding thermals and gliding over forests, lakes, and rivers. The sound of air passing softly over their wings is almost musical, a gentle rhythm that accompanies the slower pulse of life below. Among them, Archaeopteryx, small and feathered, glides with astonishing grace. This is one of the earliest true flyers, a link between dinosaurs and the birds that would one day dominate the skies. Watching its flight, you can imagine the light catching its feathers, the soft shadow it casts over the ferns below, and the quiet thrill of movement through the air, a silent ballet performed over a prehistoric world. Not all life in the Jurassic was visible at first glance. Small mammals scurried in the undergrowth, mostly nocturnal, navigating a world of giants and predators with intelligence and caution. Their lives were subtle, quiet, and crucial to the ecosystem. Insects buzzed softly, pollinating primitive plants, crawling over leaves and flowers, and forming complex networks of life that often went unnoticed. Each small creature contributed to the larger tapestry of existence, ensuring that even the tiniest lives were part of the grand story of the Jurassic. The forests themselves were living, breathing entities. Towering conifers created canopies that filtered sunlight into soft, golden beams. Ferns spread thick carpets beneath them, dotted with cycads and primitive flowering plants beginning to evolve. The ground was rich with life. Insects, small reptiles, and mammals navigated a dense network of roots and fallen branches, each movement shaping the soil and the plants above. Imagine wandering slowly through these forests, feeling the soft undergrowth beneath your feet, listening to the subtle whispers of leaves moving in a warm breeze. The forest is ancient, yet vibrant, alive in ways that feel almost sacred. Every creature, every plant, contributes to the complex web of life, creating a balance that has fascinated scientists for centuries. Even as life flourished, the earth itself remained restless. Volcanoes erupted with slow, deliberate power, sending clouds of ash into the sky and rivers of lava across the landscape. These events were not only destructive, they created new habitats, shaped rivers, and influenced climates. Life adapted around them, evolving strategies to survive and thrive despite the challenges. Imagine standing on the edge of a volcanic plain. The ground is warm beneath your feet, and the air smells faintly of sulfur. In the distance, a river glints in the sunlight, untouched by lava but reshaped by its passage. Life continues around you, resilient and enduring, a testament to the power of adaptation in the Jurassic world. Take a moment to absorb the vastness of what we have explored. Oceans filled with elegant predators and delicate prey, skies alive with early flyers, forests teeming with life both massive and minuscule. The Jurassic period was a time of balance, beauty, and experimentation. Even as you rest here, imagine the whispers of this ancient world continuing. The soft rustle of leaves, the low rumble of a distant sauropod, the gentle splash of water, the distant cry of a predator in the fading light. Life continued, resilient, patient, and endlessly creative. Let your mind drift with these images, floating gently across forests, oceans, and skies. Feel the warmth of the Jurassic sun on your skin, the gentle pulse of life in every creature, and the profound serenity of a world long past but alive in imagination. And now, as your eyes grow heavier, allow this vision of the Jurassic to linger softly at the edges of your thoughts. Let the rhythm of life, both giant and small, guide you into calm, into peace, and into the gentle embrace of sleep. The Jurassic forests were alive, humming with tension and motion. Every step, every rustle, every shadow told a story. Beneath the canopy, life moved in deliberate choreography, a balance of beauty, danger, and survival. Imagine a herd of Diplodocus, massive creatures moving with slow, deliberate grace. The ground trembles beneath their feet, dust rising in gentle clouds. Their long necks sway as they reach for the tallest branches. Yet the calm is deceptive. Somewhere in the shadows, Allosaurus waits, muscles coiled, claws gripping the earth, eyes locked on the edge of the herd. One misstep, one straying juvenile, and the predator strikes, a sudden burst of speed and power that shatters the stillness. Smaller dinosaurs dart through the undergrowth, their movements swift and precise. Ornitholestes navigates a maze of ferns and fallen logs, pausing to listen for danger. Even the tiniest rustle, a snapping twig, the flutter of leaves, carries meaning. In this world, survival is a delicate dance, and every creature must play its part flawlessly. Now, picture a predatory hunt along the riverbank. A lone Allosaurus stalks a juvenile sauropod, muscles tense, eyes never leaving its target. The sauropod senses the movement in the undergrowth, lifts its head, nostrils flaring. A moment of silence stretches, then the chase. The predator bursts from cover, claws slashing through ferns, tail whipping behind. The sauropod bolts, massive legs pounding the soil, dust and leaves flying in every direction. Rivers and wetlands are alive with tension. Fish leap to escape the snapping jaws of aquatic hunters. Small reptiles dive for cover beneath tangled roots. Pliosaur-like predators glide silently beneath the surface, calculating their next strike. In the oceans, ichthyosaurs flash past like silver missiles, chasing schools of ammonites that spiral and twirl in perfect unison. Every scene is a thrilling interplay of action and suspense, a predator-prey dance that has played out for millions of years. Even within the forest, suspense is everywhere. Stegosaurus, slow and lumbering, moves cautiously through shadows. Its tail spikes, poised for defense, are ready at the slightest threat. The forest seems calm, yet beneath its surface, every creature is alert, ready for sudden confrontation or escape. Now, imagine massive herds of sauropods migrating across vast plains. Thousands of tons of living mass moving as one, shaking the earth with each step. Dust clouds rise, obscuring sunlight, turning the landscape into a shimmering golden haze. Juveniles weave between adults, learning patterns of safety and social behavior. Predators lurk at the edges, observing, calculating. The migration is not always peaceful. Conflicts erupt within the herd, dominance displays, tail clashes, and vocalizations that echo across the plains. Yet this chaos is balanced, structured, a dance as old as the species themselves. The herd moves with purpose, each individual aware of its role, every movement contributing to survival. Beneath the waves, life continues with tension and beauty. Plesiosaurs extend their long necks toward unsuspecting prey, while ichthyosaurs flash past with breathtaking speed. Schools of fish twist and turn, evading capture in a mesmerizing ballet. Suddenly, a pliosaur bursts from the depths, jaws snapping, silencing a school of fish in an instant. Ammonites spiral frantically, their shells catching glimmers of sunlight, yet escape is never guaranteed. The ocean is a stage for high-stakes survival, each moment filled with suspense, agility, and instinct honed over millions of years. Above, the sky is no less dramatic. Pterosaurs dive and soar, wings cutting through wind currents, competing for territory, prey, or mates. Archaeopteryx glides with delicate precision, dodging predators and hunting insects. The skies themselves are alive, every movement a combination of elegance, strategy, and survival. The Jurassic Earth itself adds tension. Volcanoes rumble in the distance, sending plumes of ash into the sky. Lava slowly creeps down mountainsides, reshaping valleys and rivers. The smell of sulfur hangs in the air. Animals sense the disturbance. Herbivores scatter. Predators hesitate. Birds take to the sky. Imagine standing on a ridge, watching the slow advance of molten rock, feeling the warmth radiate through the soil. The forest trembles. Ash falls like a fine snow, coating leaves, branches, and animals alike. Life persists, adapting in real time to the challenges posed by this restless planet. Every eruption reshapes the ecosystem, forcing species to respond, adapt, or perish. Among the familiar giants and hunters, the Jurassic hides rarities. Ceratosaurus, with its distinctive horn and agile frame, prowls the edges of lakes, stalking fish or small reptiles. Camptosaurus, a herbivore with strong legs and a keen sense of its surroundings, navigates forested hills in cautious herds. Small mammals scurry unseen. Morganeucodontids hunt insects in the dark, their nocturnal lives hidden beneath ferns and fallen logs. Even insects themselves play high-stakes games, pollinating, hunting, and evading predators, creating a microscopic drama as intricate as the grand battles of giants. Each species adds depth and variety, making the Jurassic ecosystem rich, complex, and endlessly fascinating. The drama is not limited to individual hunts. Ecosystems interact on massive scales. Herds of herbivores reshape vegetation, rivers carry nutrients to distant plains, volcanoes alter climates, and small creatures respond to the cascading effects of these events. Life is interconnected, each thread of action influencing countless others. Imagine the ripple effects. A storm floods a riverbank, forcing fish and amphibians to relocate. Sauropods retreat to higher ground, scattering smaller herbivores in their path. Predators follow the displaced prey, creating a chain reaction across miles of forest and plains. In the Jurassic, every event, large or small, carries consequences that echo across ecosystems. The skies offer continuous drama. Pterosaurs engage in aerial battles for territory or mates, wings clashing, cries echoing across valleys. Archaeopteryx dives through canopies, narrowly avoiding predatory pterosaurs while capturing insects in midair. Every flight is a combination of grace, danger, and instinct, a breathtaking spectacle of survival and motion. Even plant life contributes to this tension. Dense forests create corridors for flight, shade for resting, and obstacles for predators. Every branch, every leaf, is part of the intricate dance that life performs daily. Life in the Jurassic was never easy. Seasonal changes, volcanic eruptions, storms, and shifting landscapes constantly tested species. Rivers could swell suddenly, flooding habitats. Forests could burn or collapse. Predator-prey dynamics were relentless. Yet life endured. Sauropods adapted with herding and migration. Predators refined strategies and intelligence. Small mammals and insects evolved stealth, agility, and nocturnal habits. Every challenge became a catalyst for adaptation, pushing life toward complexity and resilience. Imagine the Jurassic as a living, breathing story of suspense and beauty. Forests sway under the footsteps of giants. Rivers shimmer with the chase of predator and prey. Skies are filled with daring flights and calculated dives. Volcanoes shape the landscape, creating drama and opportunity. Every creature, from the tiniest insect to the largest sauropod, participates in a living narrative. The Jurassic is not just ancient history. It is a world alive with tension, excitement, and endless fascination. Let your mind drift with these scenes. Picture the chase of Allosaurus through ferns. Feel the tremor of a sauropod herd passing. Hear the flapping wings of pterosaurs overhead. See the molten glow of distant lava, the flash of fish beneath rippling water. Every detail contributes to the thrilling, mesmerizing story of life during this extraordinary period. Now, let these images soften, fade into a calm rhythm. Let the tension resolve into awe, the excitement become gentle wonder, and the beauty of the Jurassic lull you toward rest, sleep, and dreams filled with the giants, hunters, and wonders of a world long past. Beneath the vast Jurassic skies, life unfolded with both elegance and danger. Forests stretched endlessly, rivers glimmered in sunlight, and the oceans teemed with creatures both magnificent and formidable. Every step, flap, and flick of a tail was part of a grand story, one of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking beauty. Imagine standing at the edge of a river as dawn breaks. Mist rises from the water, soft and delicate. In the distance, a herd of Brachiosaurus grazes near the bank, their enormous bodies bending gracefully to drink. Nearby, Allosaurus prowls silently through ferns, muscles tensed, eyes scanning for weakness. The air is thick with humidity, rich with the scent of wet earth, foliage, and distant brine from the sea. Even in apparent calm, tension hums through every element of this world. Life moves with intention. Predators observe, prey reacts, and the balance of ecosystems unfolds in quiet, perfect rhythm. The Jurassic oceans are alive with motion, a theater of survival and power. Imagine the glint of sunlight through deep blue water, reflecting off the sleek bodies of ichthyosaurs. They dart like silver torpedoes, eyes scanning for fish and squid. Schools of ammonites spiral in coordinated patterns, their shells glinting faintly as predators move among them. Below the surface, a pliosaur stalks silently. Its massive body glides effortlessly, propelled by muscular flippers, its eyes locked on an unsuspecting prey. With a sudden burst of speed, it strikes, jaws snapping shut, a perfect combination of power and precision. Fish scatter, their silver flashes illuminating the water, while ammonites spiral frantically, seeking escape. Every strike, every escape, is a dramatic interaction of instinct and survival. Even smaller marine creatures contribute to the spectacle. Tiny early crabs scuttle along the seabed, insects float near the surface, and juvenile reptiles hide among coral-like structures. Every layer of the ocean, surface, midwater, and depths is alive with tension, interaction, and relentless motion. Above, the air is alive with wings. Pterosaurs soar over oceans and forests, riding thermal currents, competing for prey or territory. Large species glide with dominance, their eyes scanning rivers, lakes, and plains below. Smaller, agile pterosaurs dart between trees, wings barely disturbing the warm air, hunting insects or evading predators. Among them, Archaeopteryx performs daring aerial maneuvers, feathers catching sunlight, It dives through forest canopies, narrowly avoiding predators while snatching insects mid-flight. Each glide, twist, and flap carries the thrill of survival. Every predator-prey interaction in the air is calculated, precise, and breathtaking. Even the forests contribute to the drama above. Branches sway, leaves scatter, creating corridors and obstacles. Light filters through, casting patterns that both hide and reveal creatures in motion. The skies are not empty. They are a stage for constant performance, elegance intertwined with danger. The Jurassic Earth itself adds spectacle to life. Volcanoes, massive and patient, shape landscapes with fire and ash. Imagine standing on a ridge, observing molten lava creeping slowly down the mountainside. Clouds of smoke drift across valleys, altering sunlight and air quality. The forest reacts. Birds scatter. Herbivores retreat to higher ground. Predators hesitate, calculating the safest moment to advance. Occasionally, eruptions send ash raining down, covering leaves and branches, altering the smell and texture of the environment. Rivers may swell from runoff, creating new wetlands. Plants endure, insects adapt, mammals seek shelter, and dinosaurs navigate these sudden challenges. Every eruption is a dramatic test, forcing life to respond, adapt, and survive. The Jurassic is filled with extraordinary and unusual creatures. Consider Ceratosaurus, agile and cunning, moving along the edge of a forest. Its distinctive horn gleams faintly in sunlight, claws ready, eyes alert. It stalks prey with silent precision, a master of stealth in a world dominated by giants. Then there's Camptosaurus, a herbivore navigating hills with intelligence and awareness. It grazes carefully, scanning for danger, blending with the vegetation. Even within seemingly safe areas, life is tense. Predators observe from a distance, ready to exploit the slightest opportunity. Small mammals scurry in shadows. Morganeucodontids hunt insects under ferns, their tiny movements precise and purposeful. Insects themselves create miniature dramas, pollination, escape from predators, and survival in a world dominated by giants. Every level of life, from massive sauropods to minute insects, contributes to a thrilling, interconnected story. Imagine a full-scale hunt on the plains. A lone Allosaurus spots a juvenile sauropod straying from the herd. Muscles coil, claws scrape the earth, eyes narrow. A tense pause. Then, a sudden burst of speed. The juvenile bolts, tails swinging, feet pounding dust into the air. The predator accelerates, jaws snapping, a shadow across the sunlit plain. Around them, the herd reacts. Adults shift to shield the young, creating obstacles for the predator. Dust rises, leaves scatter. The sound of earth trembling with massive feet fills the air. Even the smallest creatures sense the upheaval. Mammals duck into burrows. Birds take flight. Insects vanish into ferns. Every second is charged with suspense. Every movement a test of strategy, agility, and instinct. Below the surface, a similar drama unfolds. A pliosaur, massive and relentless, stalks a school of ichthyosaurs. The hunt is calculated, each fin stroke measured. Ichthyosaurs dodge, twist, and turn in a breathtaking display of speed and agility. Ammonites spiral frantically, adding chaotic beauty to the scene. Occasionally, smaller marine predators intervene, juvenile crocodiliforms snapping at fish or scavenging leftovers. Even microscopic plankton plays a role, forming the base of the food chain that supports these epic interactions. Life in the oceans is thrilling, dynamic, and unrelentingly alive. On land, herd behavior adds both tension and spectacle. Sauropods travel in coordinated groups, adults shielding juveniles, navigating forests, rivers, and plains. Conflicts erupt occasionally, tail clashes, dominance displays, and vocalizations echoing across valleys. Every interaction is subtle yet crucial, a combination of survival instinct and social organization. Smaller herbivores move in their own herds, relying on agility, awareness, and coordination. Packs of small theropods hunt collaboratively, demonstrating intelligence and communication. Life in the Jurassic is not random. It is a network of interactions, each species influencing the others, creating a dynamic and thrilling ecological balance. Storms sweep across the plains, shaking trees and sending waves across rivers. Heavy rains flood lowlands, forcing creatures to adapt, relocate, or seek shelter. Lightning flashes in the distance, illuminating forests and plains, adding sudden bursts of drama to an already tense environment. Volcanic eruptions, shifting tectonic plates, and occasional meteor impacts remind all life that the world itself is alive, unpredictable, and challenging. Every adaptation, every decision, every instinct is tested by these forces. Life in the Jurassic is a combination of elegance, danger, and resilience, a thrilling testament to survival. Amid this drama, extraordinary species leave their mark. Stegosaurus, plated and spiked, moves slowly but deliberately, ready to defend against predators. Ornitholestes, small and cunning, darts through shadows, hunting insects and avoiding larger threats. Every species exhibits adaptations perfected over millennia. Claws, teeth, feathers, horns, and tails evolve for protection, hunting, and survival. The world is full of evolutionary marvels, each interaction a reminder of life's ingenuity and resilience. Even plants participate in this drama. Forests create shelter, rivers nourish, and microhabitats provide niches for countless species. Life interacts across scales, from massive sauropods to tiny insects, creating a world of breathtaking complexity and thrilling balance. Imagine the Jurassic in all its grandeur. Oceans alive with motion, skies filled with flies and predators, forests teeming with giants, hunters, and tiny, clever creatures. Volcanoes reshape landscapes, storms challenge survival, and life adapts with intelligence, resilience, and elegance. Every movement, every chase, every flight is part of a living, dynamic story. The Jurassic is not only a world of giants, it is a world of constant interaction, tension, and beauty. Every moment is a chance to witness survival, strategy, and the breathtaking ingenuity of life. Allow these images to settle in your mind. Feel the heat of the sun, the tremor of a giant herd, the thrill of a predator hunt, the elegance of flight above forests and oceans. Let the suspense and excitement soften, transforming into awe and wonder, guiding you into calm, into rest, and into dreams filled with the thrill, beauty, and grandeur of the Jurassic world. The Jurassic Earth is alive with drama. The forests breathe with movement, the oceans shimmer with motion, and the skies pulse with flight. Every creature, from the smallest mammal to the colossal sauropod, participates in a delicate yet thrilling dance of survival. Tonight, we witness the climax of this world, a period where giants clash, predators strategize, and life pushes itself to the edge. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff overlooking a vast plain. Dust swirls as a herd of Brachiosaurus migrates toward water. Their immense bodies sway gently, tails brushing fallen leaves, necks stretching toward the sun-dappled treetops. In the shadows, Allosaurus crouches, calculating. One step, one movement, could spark a chase, a symphony of speed, strategy, and survival. Even in moments of calm, tension hums beneath the surface. The Jurassic is a world where every heartbeat, every glance, every movement carries consequence. Now, envision a confrontation unlike any other. Two predators, Allosaurus and Ceratosaurus, cross paths near a herd of unsuspecting herbivores. Muscles tense, claws scrape against the earth, nostrils flay. Both predators assess, circling slowly, eyes locked, instincts finely tuned. The herd senses danger. Juveniles move closer to adults. Adults shift, positioning themselves protectively. The forest trembles with anticipation. Then, with a sudden burst, the chase begins. Allosaurus lunges, Ceratosaurus dodges, each predator testing the other's speed, agility, and strategy. Dust clouds rise, leaves scatter, and the forest becomes a stage for a breathtaking battle of survival and dominance. Nearby, smaller theropods watch from the undergrowth, learning, observing, and occasionally seizing opportunities for scavenging. Even insects react, buzzing and flitting, forming a subtle backdrop to the grand spectacle of giant predators clashing. Beneath the waves, a parallel drama unfolds. A pliosaur hunts a school of ichthyosaurs near a coral-like reef. Its massive jaws open with precision, snapping at unsuspecting prey. Ichthyosaurs twist and turn, executing agile maneuvers with remarkable speed. Schools of ammonites spiral frantically, their shells reflecting scattered sunlight, adding chaos and beauty to the underwater battlefield. A smaller predator, perhaps a juvenile crocodiliform, darts into the fray, attempting to seize a distracted fish. Every moment is tension-filled, a delicate balance of predator and prey. The ocean is not passive. It is a stage for constant struggle, adaptation, and breathtaking displays of survival strategy. Occasionally, a sudden underwater volcanic vent releases bubbles of ash and gas, startling creatures, scattering schools of fish, and forcing predators to adapt instantly. Life in the Jurassic oceans is dynamic, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating. Above, the skies crackle with tension. Large pterosaurs soar over cliffs, thermals lifting them effortlessly. Smaller species dart between trees, agile and cunning. Among them, Archaeopteryx navigates aerial corridors with precision, hunting insects and avoiding predators. A dramatic encounter unfolds. Two pterosaurs collide mid-flight over a river, wings brushing violently. One narrowly escapes, while the other dives toward the water, attempting to snatch a fish. Archaeopteryx watches from above, adjusting a trajectory to avoid the chaos. Every moment in the air is a test of speed, timing, and instinct, a breathtaking ballet of survival in motion. Even the forest canopy below contributes. Branches sway unpredictably, creating sudden obstacles. Light filters through, casting shifting patterns that hide or reveal movement. Every aerial maneuver becomes part of a grand narrative, a story of predator and prey unfolding above Earth's vibrant landscapes. The planet itself reminds all life that it is alive. A massive volcanic eruption shakes a distant mountain, sending plumes of ash high into the sky. Lava flows descend slowly, reshaping valleys, forests, and rivers. The air fills with heat, sulfur, and tension. Animals react instinctively. Herds scatter to higher ground. Predators pause, recalculating their hunts. Birds and pterosaurs lift abruptly, circling away from the rising smoke. Rivers swell from melting snow and runoff. Every ecosystem is affected simultaneously, a reminder of Earth's immense power and the adaptability of life. Even underwater, currents change subtly as volcanic activity disturbs rivers and estuaries flowing into the ocean. Fish, ichthyosaurs, and ammonites adjust. Pliosaurs glide with new paths. The entire Jurassic world responds dynamically, a living, breathing network of interconnection and resilience. Amid these dramatic events, rare species add awe-inspiring moments. Imagine Stegosaurus facing an approaching Allosaurus. The plates along its back shimmer faintly in sunlight, tail poised like a weapon. Every step, every defensive maneuver, is precise, a display of evolution's ingenuity. Ornitholestes darts unseen through the undergrowth, hunting insects or small mammals, navigating chaos with remarkable agility. Juvenile sauropods learn through observation, copying the adult's survival strategies, understanding herd dynamics, and avoiding predators. Even the smallest creatures, from insects to tiny mammals, participate in a grand narrative, contributing subtle drama to a world of giants. Picture a full-scale predator-prey sequence across plains, forests, and rivers. A herd of sauropods moves toward water. Predators lurk, waiting. Juveniles stray, triggering a chase. Allosaurus lunges, tail swiping a fern, dust rising in billowing clouds. Ceratosaurus darts from cover, seeking advantage. Herbivores react, adults positioning themselves defensively. The chase crosses rivers, forcing predators to balance precision with caution. Smaller creatures watch from burrows and branches, ready to exploit the chaos. Every movement has consequence, success or failure, survival or loss. Underwater, ichthyosaurs flee, schools of ammonites spiral frantically, and pliosaurs strike with timing and power. Above, pterosaurs twist and dive, snatching prey and evading larger hunters. The interconnected ecosystems produce simultaneous dramas, a full symphony of survival and action. Seasonal storms sweep across forests and plains. Lightning illuminates the landscape, rain pelting leaves, rivers swelling, and mud coating the ground. Volcanoes rumble, rivers rise, and landslides reshape terrain. Life endures through adaptation, migration, cooperation, speed, intelligence. Sauropods migrate across plains, guided by instinct and memory. Predators adjust strategies, hunting in coordination or waiting for opportunities. Small mammals and insects find shelter or exploit new niches. Every environmental challenge drives evolution, testing resilience and shaping life in real time. As the Jurassic Period wanes, subtle changes begin. Continents continue to drift, forming new coastlines. Forests evolve, rivers shift, and oceans expand. Dinosaurs diversify, and some species develop traits that will define the Cretaceous era. Larger size, specialized hunting strategies, and early experimentation with flight. Imagine observing the last great herds of certain sauropods, moving across newly formed plains. Predators adapt, gaining strength and cunning. Birds and pterosaurs refine aerial strategies. Life pushes forward, exploring the possibilities of survival, adaptation, and dominance. Even the oceans prepare for change. New species emerge, feeding strategies diversify, and ecosystems become more complex. Volcanic activity continues, reshaping landscapes, while storms and environmental events drive evolution, preparing Earth for the next chapter in its story. As this climactic journey comes to a close, imagine the Jurassic in full spectacle. Forests swaying under giants' footsteps, rivers filled with life and motion, oceans alive with predators and prey, skies full of daring flight, and volcanoes shaping the land with fire and ash. Every action, from the smallest insect's flight to a massive predator's hunt, contributes to a dynamic, interconnected, and thrilling world. Life in the Jurassic is more than survival. It is drama, elegance, tension, and creativity, all unfolding on an unimaginable scale. Let your mind drift through these images. Hear the rumble of herds, the splash of ocean predators, the flapping of wings, the distant roar of eruptions. Allow the excitement, awe, and spectacle to dissolve into calm. Feel the rhythm of life, the pulse of Earth, and the grandeur of a world at its peak of beauty and drama. As sleep draws near, let the Jurassic linger softly in your imagination, a world of giants, hunters, oceans, and skies, thrilling, majestic, and endlessly fascinating. The Jurassic continues its relentless rhythm. The forests, oceans, and skies are alive, each vibrating with energy, tension, and purpose. Every creature, from the tiniest insect to the colossal sauropod, plays a role in a grand, interwoven story of survival, power, and adaptation. Tonight, we delve deeper into the apex moments, the confrontations, the chase, the daring flights, and the dramatic shifts of this ancient world. Imagine standing on a ridge overlooking a massive plain. Dust swirls as a herd of Diplodocus moves toward water. Their enormous legs press against the earth, sending subtle tremors across the soil. Long necks sway as they feed, brushing branches and leaves with delicate precision. Yet in the undergrowth, Allosaurus crouches, eyes fixed on a juvenile at the edge of the herd. Muscles coil. Every second is suspenseful. One wrong step, one miscalculated movement, could change everything. The Jurassic is not calm. It is alive, constantly shifting, balancing danger with elegance, creating moments that are thrilling, dramatic, and breathtaking. Now, envision a dramatic confrontation between two apex predators, Allosaurus and Ceratosaurus. They circle each other near a watering hole, each assessing the other's strength, speed, and intent. The herd of herbivores nearby senses the tension, juveniles nudging closer to adults, adults repositioning themselves defensively. A sudden movement, a branch snaps, leaves flutter, and the first strike erupts. Allosaurus lunges, claws extended, while Ceratosaurus dodges and counters, jaws snapping. Dust clouds billow as the clash unfolds, leaves and soil disturbed by the power and precision of these ancient hunters. Every move is calculated, a ballet of strength, strategy, and survival. Smaller predators and scavengers watch, ready to seize the opportunity from chaos. Even insects react, buzzing nervously as the drama unfolds above them. Life at this scale is not solitary. It is interactive, dynamic, and fraught with suspense. Beneath the waves, another stage is set. A massive pliosaur glides silently, eyes locked on a school of ichthyosaurs. Its muscular flippers propel it forward with astonishing speed. The ichthyosaurs twist and turn, a silver tornado of motion and instinct. Ammonites spiral frantically, their shells reflecting filtered sunlight in chaotic, beautiful patterns. Suddenly, a juvenile pliosaur joins, snapping at a distracted ichthyosaur. The scene is a symphony of motion, predator and prey, hunter and hunted, all moving in synchronized tension. The currents of the ocean add subtle complexity, challenging each predator to adapt instantly. Occasionally, volcanic vents erupt underwater, sending clouds of ashen bubbles through the water. Fish scatter, ammonites spiral wildly, and predators adjust in real time. The oceans of the Jurassic are alive with drama, tension, and breathtaking spectacle. Above the forests and oceans, the skies are alive with daring maneuvers. Pterosaurs soar in competition for territory and prey. Large species glide majestically, scanning rivers, lakes, and forests below. Smaller species weave through trees with astonishing agility. Archaeopteryx performs daring aerial dives, catching insects mid-flight, narrowly evading larger predators. Suddenly, two large pterosaurs clash mid-air. Wings brush violently, cries echoing across the valleys. One dives toward a river, snatching a fish, while the other ascends, circling for another opportunity. The skies are a stage for constant action, elegance, and survival. The forest canopy below adds unpredictability. Branches sway, leaves scatter, light shifts, obstacles and camouflage intertwined. Every flight is part of a thrilling, interconnected narrative of predator and prey. The planet itself adds tension. A volcanic eruption sends rivers of lava down mountainsides, reshaping forests, plains, and rivers. Ash rises like a dense fog, dimming sunlight and altering temperature. Animals sense the disturbance. Herds scatter, predators pause, birds lift into the skies. Rivers swell from runoff, Wetlands flood, creating new hunting grounds and refuges. Forests tremble under the shifting ground. Even underwater, currents and habitats change, forcing marine life to adapt instantly. Volcanoes remind every creature that Earth is alive, unpredictable, and powerful. Amid the chaos, rare and spectacular species add drama. Stegosaurus, with its plated back and spiked tail, moves carefully, ready to defend against predators. Ornitholestes darts unseen, hunting insects and evading detection. Juvenile sauropods learn from adults, navigating dangers, observing herd dynamics, and testing boundaries. Even the smallest creatures, from mammals to insects, influence the narrative. Each action creates ripples through the ecosystem, subtle yet impactful. Life in the Jurassic is a web, every thread part of a grand, thrilling design. Imagine a hunt stretching across plains, forests, and rivers. A juvenile sauropod strays from the herd, drawing the attention of Allosaurus. Muscles coil, claws scrape, dust rises. The chase begins. Adults block, reposition, and defend. Ceratosaurus intercepts, adding complexity to the hunt. The chase crosses rivers, mud, and dense vegetation. Smaller creatures observe, avoiding danger while exploiting opportunities. Every moment is suspenseful, a test of speed, agility, and strategy. Even the weather contributes. Wind, rain, and shifting light influence perception, decision-making, and survival. Below the surface, ichthyosaurs flee in synchronized formations. Ammonites spiral frantically. Pliosaurs and juvenile predators maneuver with precision, striking when opportunity arises. Water currents, temperature shifts, and volcanic vent emissions all create dynamic challenges. Each predator-prey interaction is high stakes. Schools of fish move as one, reacting to threats instantly. Every strike, dodge, and pursuit is part of a breathtaking, cinematic sequence beneath the waves. Life in the Jurassic oceans is both delicate and relentless. The skies host their own epic dramas. Pterosaurs chase prey, evade competitors, and navigate shifting winds. Large species dominate, but smaller, agile pterosaurs exploit every maneuver. Archaeopteryx dives with incredible precision, targeting insects, avoiding danger, and weaving through dense canopy. Sometimes, multiple species converge. Wings clash, calls echo, prey is seized or narrowly escapes. Every second is suspenseful, breathtaking, and a testament to adaptation and skill. Storms sweep across plains. Lightning flashes illuminate forests. Heavy rain floods rivers. Volcanoes erupt. Landslides shift terrain. Every environmental event challenges survival. Sauropods migrate. Predators adjust strategies. Small mammals seek shelter. And insects exploit microhabitats. Adaptation is constant. Evolution is active. Life responds with intelligence, strategy, and resilience. Even subtle events, wind shifts, leaf falls, temperature changes, create microdramas. Every organism, from smallest to largest, interacts with its environment in continuous, dynamic, and thrilling ways. As the Jurassic edges toward the Cretaceous, species diversify and ecosystems evolve. Sauropods experiment with migration patterns. Predators develop new hunting strategies. Birds and pterosaurs refine aerial tactics. Oceans see diversification. Ichthyosaurs, pliosaurs, and ammonites adapt to changing currents, predators, and prey. Volcanic landscapes reshape coastlines, rivers, and forests. Life is dynamic, testing boundaries and exploring new possibilities. Even in this climactic period, subtle evolutionary experiments set the stage for future eras. Survival is not guaranteed, but adaptation is relentless. Across forests, plains, rivers, oceans, and skies, interactions are constant. Predator-prey dynamics ripple through ecosystems. Volcanic events reshape habitats. Storms influence movement and behavior. Species adapt, evade, hunt, or exploit. Visualize multiple layers simultaneously. Sauropods migrating across plains. Allosaurus hunting. Ichthyosaurs fleeing beneath waves. Pterosaurs diving in the skies. And insects buzzing among ferns. Life is interconnected, thrilling, and endlessly complex. Imagine the Jurassic in full cinematic splendor. Forests trembling under giant footsteps. Oceans alive with predation and survival. Skies filled with daring flight and battles. Volcanoes shaping landscapes with fire and ash. Every action contributes to an interwoven story of survival, adaptation, and evolution. Life is elegant, thrilling, tense, and breathtaking. The Jurassic is not just history. It is a living, dynamic, cinematic world, constantly in motion. Let these images fade gently into calm. Hear the distant roars, feel the tremors, sense the pulse of rivers, oceans, and skies. Let the thrill dissolve into awe, wonder, and serenity. The Jurassic lingers in your mind. A world of giants, hunters, oceans, and skies, alive with drama and beauty. Picture the forests in the soft glow of morning light. Sunbeams pierce the canopy, illuminating leaves and branches. Mist rises gently from the undergrowth. The massive sauropods graze quietly, their immense bodies swaying gracefully, leaving slow impressions in the soil. The distant calls of small dinosaurs echo softly, blending with the subtle rustle of ferns and cycads. Every sound, every movement, is a whisper, a lullaby of life that has endured for millions of years. Even predators move with gentleness now. Allosaurus rests in shaded clearings. Ceratosaurus pauses near the riverbank, eyes closed, muscles relaxed. Hunting is a distant memory for now, replaced by the serene rhythm of a world at balance. Even the smallest creatures, mammals, insects, amphibians, carry on quietly, performing their essential roles in this vast ecosystem with delicate precision. Walk slowly through the Jurassic forests. Notice the towering conifers, their branches forming protective roofs over shaded ferns. Sunlight filters through, creating patterns of light and shadow. The ground is soft with fallen leaves and moss, each step silent yet full of life. Herbivores move gently through the undergrowth. Stegosaurus grazes calmly, tail swaying slowly behind it, plates reflecting soft light. Camptosaurus forages quietly, small feet careful not to disturb the earth more than necessary. Birds and small theropods flit silently among branches, the air alive with subtle movement but void of tension. Even water reflects serenity. Rivers flow steadily, the surface rippling gently as tiny fish glide beneath. Amphibians and insects follow the current, unbothered, moving with grace. The wetlands are alive, yet peaceful, a sanctuary of calm among the grandeur of the Jurassic. Now, move with me toward the rivers. Imagine the gentle flow of water, sunlight reflecting off ripples, fish swimming slowly, and ichthyosaurs gliding gracefully beneath the surface. Pliosaurs rest near coral-like structures, flippers folding in slow, deliberate motion. Even ammonites drift with the current, spiraling softly as if dancing in slow motion. The oceans themselves are tranquil now. The waves lap quietly along sandy shores. Currents carry small creatures in effortless motion. Sharks of the Jurassic, if present, glide silently, relaxed, almost dreamlike. Life continues, but the urgency of hunting, escaping, and survival softens into a steady, calming rhythm. Let the gentle sway of the water match your breathing. Inhale with the slow rise of waves. Exhale with their fall. Every ripple, every movement, becomes part of a serene symphony. Look up to the skies. Pterosaurs glide silently on thermal currents. wings outstretched, shadows dancing across forests and rivers below. Archaeopteryx floats gently, feathered wings catching sunlight, barely disturbing the air. The world above is calm, a realm of effortless motion, delicate and meditative. Even the clouds participate. They drift lazily, shifting shapes, reflecting colors that slowly change from soft gold to gentle pinks and muted blues. The sky itself becomes a lullaby, a reminder that even in the vastness of Earth, life can exist in moments of perfect tranquility. Mountains rise silently in the distance. Volcanoes, once dramatic and powerful, now rest with quiet dignity. Lava cools slowly, rivers of rock forming gentle slopes. Ash drifts lazily in the wind, settling over forests and plains. The earth itself breathes slowly, exhaling in warm currents and soft gusts. Animals sense this calm. Herds move without urgency. Predators lounge without tension. Birds perch quietly in branches, and insects drift among flowers. Even the most violent landscapes soften in the slow passage of time, reminding us that balance is ever present. As we walk deeper into this meditative reflection, notice the slow passage of time. Seasons change imperceptibly. Sunlight warms forests, rivers, and oceans. Rain falls lightly, nourishing life without urgency. The rhythmic pattern of growth, movement, and rest continues without interruption. Dinosaurs, mammals, birds, reptiles, and insects all follow this gentle cadence. Each species, large or small, contributes to the harmony of life. Nothing rushes. Nothing demands attention beyond the present. Even the earth itself moves with quiet deliberation. Visualize this rhythm as a gentle pulse. Feel it in your chest, matching the slow beat of your heart. Each inhale draws the calmness of the Jurassic world inward. Each exhale releases tension, worry, and stress. You are breathing with life that has endured millions of years, connecting with a timeless earth. Move now through quiet moments of observation. A young sauropod nudges a fallen leaf, its movement deliberate, calm. A pair of pterosaurs glide together, wings brushing lightly as they circle a sunlit clearing. A small mammal, hidden beneath ferns, stretches in the warmth of morning light. Even insects pause, hovering in gentle balance over flowers and moss. Every movement is slow, deliberate, perfect in its rhythm. Nothing is hurried, nothing is urgent. Observe the harmony of predator and prey, of herbivore and plant, of air, land, and water. Life exists in interconnected calm, in a flow of gentle continuity. As time passes, the sun lowers gently in the sky. Shadows lengthen. The golden glow softens to amber, then to muted pinks and purples. Animals adjust. Herbivores settle near water. Predators rest in shaded groves. Birds roost in high branches. The forest, river, and plains are quiet but alive, each element participating in a gentle symphony. The oceans mirror the evening sky, waves reflecting soft colors. Pliosaurs drift in the currents. Fish swim lazily. The water is calm, carrying reflections of clouds, sunlight, and life above. Even the distant mountains and volcanoes are cloaked in soft light, their presence gentle and reassuring. Night approaches slowly, not with sudden darkness but with gradual dimming. Stars begin to shimmer faintly, the first lights of a vast, eternal sky. The air cools gently, carrying the scent of water, earth, and foliage. Life prepares for rest. Dinosaurs lie quietly. Herds huddle together. Small mammals curl beneath leaves. Birds roost with feathers fluffed against chill. Insects pause in soft refuges. Even the wind slows, moving lazily among trees and ferns. The world exists in a state of perfect balance, a lullaby composed of motion, sound, and stillness. Allow yourself to drift with this scene. Imagine the rhythmic pulse of life around you, the gentle flow of air, water, and earth. Each sound, each movement, lulls the mind into calm awareness. Every breath becomes synchronized with the Jurassic world, deepening relaxation and peace. In these moments, reflect on the continuity of life. Dinosaurs, mammals, birds, reptiles, insects, they all share the same earth, participating in cycles of growth, rest, and survival. Even as species rise and fall, even as landscapes shift, life persists. Imagine millions of years compressed into this serene moment. Time becomes fluid. The past, present, and future coexist in a calm continuum. Each heartbeat connects you to the pulse of the planet. Each breath connects you to the rhythm of evolution, adaptation, and survival. The Jurassic world is alive, majestic, and eternal in memory. It is a place of wonder, of balance, and now, of deep peace. Picture walking along the edge of a dense forest. Mist curls softly around ferns, brushing the legs of towering conifers. The air is cool, rich with moisture and the scent of earth. Tiny insects buzz quietly, almost imperceptibly, as small mammals stir beneath leaves. Every sound is subtle, yet each carries life's rhythm. The forest seems ordinary at first glance, but within it exists a hidden universe, alive with quiet dramas and delicate balance. Beneath the canopy, shadows hide secrets. Small theropods, fast, clever, and observant, move through the ferns, hunting insects and avoiding predators. Their movements are precise and purposeful, a silent ballet of survival. Even smaller creatures, like early mammals, navigate the undergrowth with care. They forage, gnaw, and scurry, unnoticed by giants above. Their lives are delicate but essential, a reminder that even the smallest actions contribute to the pulse of the ecosystem. Plants too play a quiet role. Ferns, cycads, and conifers interact in subtle competition and cooperation. Their roots entwine, stabilizing soil and creating microhabitats for countless creatures. Leaves filter sunlight, casting moving patterns that shift across moss, insects, and small reptiles. Every element is connected, every movement meaningful. As the sun sinks, the forest undergoes a subtle transformation. Shadows lengthen, colors deepen, and sounds shift. Diurnal creatures retreat, while nocturnal life awakens. Insects hum softly, amphibians stir near quiet pools, and mammals emerge from hidden burrows. A juvenile stegosaurus moves cautiously through the undergrowth, tail swaying gently. Its plates catch the last light, glowing faintly. Nearby, a camptosaurus grazes under careful watch of adults. Even large dinosaurs adapt to the changing light, slowing their movements, remaining alert but calm. The forest at twilight is alive, yet soothing. Every creature follows natural rhythms, creating a soft symphony of life that is both fascinating and meditative. Rivers mirror the twilight sky, reflecting the soft glow of evening. Water laps quietly against rocks and mud, carrying small fish and insects. Amphibians move delicately, testing currents. Occasionally, a juvenile ichthyosaur dips near the river mouth, gliding gracefully beneath the surface. Along the banks, small herd of herbivores pause to drink, their movements deliberate and slow. Predators observe from a distance, tension minimized as the day ends. Even the most suspenseful dynamics soften into a gentle rhythm, a natural lullaby composed by millions of years of evolution. Water plants sway gently, filtering sunlight and creating calm pockets for tiny aquatic life. The ecosystem is layered, intricate, and interconnected, an invisible web of interactions that unfolds quietly, yet always with purpose. Deep in the forest, rare species reveal subtle behaviors. Ornate holistes move stealthily, stalking insects or scavenging small prey. Ceratosaurus rests among ferns, using camouflage to blend seamlessly with the environment. These moments are quiet but full of intrigue, a reminder that every species, no matter how small or elusive, contributes to the ecosystem's balance. Some birds begin nesting in high branches, carefully tending to eggs, their soft calls blending with evening breezes. Small mammals collect food for the night, their movements precise, almost ritualistic. Even insects show remarkable behaviors, mating dances, synchronized flights, or camouflage strategies, all performed without haste, without noise, yet full of meaning. Move now to the oceans. The water cools gently, reflecting fading light. Schools of fish drift lazily, while ichthyosaurs glide calmly through currents. Pliosaurs rest near reef structures, flippers folded in deliberate stillness. Even ammonites float with subtle motion, spiraling gently as the tide moves. Occasionally, predators test the waters, seeking small prey, but without urgency. The ocean mirrors the calm of twilight, a world of motion transformed into a serene, hypnotic rhythm. Currents carry nutrients, plants sway gently, and every layer, from surface to depths, is alive yet peaceful. The horizon stretches wide, a blend of sky and water, light fading slowly. Each wave, each ripple, carries the whisper of life, the pulse of an ancient world, and the calm rhythm of survival made gentle by the quiet of evening. Above, the skies are soft with fading light. Pterosaurs glide silently, wings catching residual sunlight. Early birds maneuver carefully, feeding or returning to nests. Even predators of the sky rest intermittently, conserving energy as night approaches. Clouds drift lazily, shifting hues from gold to pink to deep blue. Light softens the vast landscape below. Shadows lengthen, creating patterns of movement that are calming and mesmerizing. The skies themselves participate in the gentle rhythm, a silent symphony accompanying the land, water, and all life within them. As night settles, life transitions smoothly. Diurnal creatures sleep, nocturnal ones awaken. The air cools, carrying moisture and the subtle scent of foliage and water. Crickets, insects, and amphibians begin soft calls. Small mammals forage quietly, hidden under leaves. Larger predators rest, conserving energy for the next day. Even the environment seems to breathe. Trees sway softly in gentle wind, rivers flow without urgency, and oceans carry quiet pulses of life. Volcanoes and mountains rest in shadow, distant but present, their magnitude softened by darkness. The Jurassic at night is not threatening. It is protective, nurturing, and endlessly fascinating. In these twilight hours, observe the interconnection of life. Forest, river, ocean, and sky all communicate in subtle ways. Movements ripple through ecosystems. Predators and prey maintain balance. Small mammals and insects play crucial roles unnoticed. Every interaction, large or small, contributes to a complex, harmonious web. Breathe slowly, matching your rhythm to the calm flow of life around you. Inhale with the river's current. Exhale with the sway of trees. Feel the pulse of earth beneath your feet, the gentle rise and fall of water, wind, and animal life. Every breath draws you deeper into relaxation, into harmony with this ancient world. Look upward. The sky deepens to indigo, stars appearing softly, scattered across vast space. The Milky Way glimmers faintly, a cosmic backdrop to Jurassic life. Night birds call softly, insects hum gently, and the distant roar of a sleeping giant echoes faintly across the plains. The heavens remind us of continuity, earth, sky, life, and time all connected. Stars above reflect light onto oceans, rivers, and forests. Even in darkness, life continues in quiet balance. The world breathes slowly, and so can you. Allow the images of twilight forests, calm rivers, peaceful oceans, and quiet skies to guide you deeper into rest. Imagine the slow movements of dinosaurs, the gentle ripple of water, the soft glide of pterosaurs overhead. Each detail dissolves tension, fosters calm, and invites your mind into a gentle dream. Visualize yourself walking softly through these ecosystems, blending with the rhythm of life. Hear distant water, gentle rustling, and soft animal calls. Feel the warmth of the fading sun, the coolness of evening air, and the steady heartbeat of a living earth. With each breath, allow your thoughts to drift like rivers, your muscles to soften like clouds in the sky, and your mind to settle like oceans at night. The Jurassic whispers softly, reminding you that life endures, adapts, and rests in cycles of calm and wonder. On the plains, tension crackles like electricity. A juvenile sauropod strays from its herd, drawing the gaze of a nearby Allosaurus. Its massive tail swings slowly, legs moving cautiously. The predator circles, measuring distance and speed. Then, with a sudden burst of action, the chase begins. Dust rises as the sauropod bolts, legs pounding the earth. The predator accelerates, claws scraping soil, muscles rippling with raw power. Nearby, Ceratosaurus observes, waiting for an opening to intervene. Trees sway violently, leaves scatter, and the forest becomes a stage for survival and strategy. Even smaller creatures watch closely. Ornitholestes darts through ferns, taking advantage of chaos to hunt insects. Mammals scurry under leaves, navigating shadows. Life at all scales participates in this thrilling drama, silent yet connected, tense yet mesmerizing. Beneath the rivers and oceans, equally dramatic encounters unfold. A massive pliosaur glides silently, eyes locked on a school of ichthyosaurs. With a sudden strike, it snaps its jaws, scattering fish in every direction. Ammonites spiral frantically, shells catching sunlight in chaotic, beautiful patterns. Juvenile predators dart in opportunistically, targeting the distracted. Currents swirl gently, adding complexity to every movement. Occasionally, underwater volcanic vents release clouds of ash and bubbles, further testing reflexes and adaptation. The oceans are alive with tension, power, and astonishing agility. Even smaller aquatic creatures contribute to this theater. Fish, crustaceans, and early amphibians interact with predators, creating subtle ripples in the underwater web of life. Each interaction, each movement, is part of a complex, breathtaking system. Above, the air is no less dynamic. Pterosaurs glide over rivers and forests, their wings catching thermal currents with effortless grace. Some soar high, scanning for prey. Others dart through tree canopies with incredible agility. Imagine two pterosaurs clashing mid-air over a river. Wings brush violently. Cries echo across the valleys. Water splashes as one dives to snatch a fish. Early birds like Archaeopteryx perform daring aerial maneuvers, diving and twisting to avoid danger while hunting insects. Every moment in the sky is alive, tense, and mesmerizing. Clouds drift lazily, reflecting sunlight in gold, pink, and orange. Shadows sweep across forests and rivers, adding a layer of visual drama. Even in the sky, life is a constant interplay of elegance, survival, and precision. The Earth itself participates in this spectacle. Volcanoes rise, dormant or active, shaping landscapes with fire and ash. Lava flows creep slowly down mountainsides, forests retreat, and rivers redirect their courses. Animals respond instinctively. Herds move with care. Predators pause, and birds take to the skies. Occasionally, eruptions send ash clouds billowing, altering light and atmosphere. Rivers swell from runoff, wetlands expand, and new habitats emerge. Volcanoes remind all life of Earth's immense power, shaping ecosystems with every eruption. Even small creatures, like insects and amphibians, adapt with ingenuity and subtlety. The Jurassic hides extraordinary creatures in plain sight. Stegosaurus moves slowly but deliberately through forests, tail poised as a defensive weapon. Ceratosaurus blends into ferns, observing potential prey or rival predators. Small mammals forage with care, navigating shadows while avoiding detection. Every species exhibits adaptations refined over millions of years. Claws, teeth, horns, tails, feathers, and camouflage. Each interaction, no matter how subtle, contributes to the ecosystem's balance and dynamic rhythm. Even plants play their part. Ferns, cycads, and conifers sway, providing shelter, food, and microhabitats. The smallest interactions, leaves dropping, insects feeding, water dripping, add texture and depth to this vast, living tapestry. Now, imagine multiple layers of life interacting simultaneously. On the plains, sauropods migrate slowly, predator eyes tracking movement. In the rivers, ichthyosaurs evade pliosaurs, while ammonites spiral in elegant chaos. Above, pterosaurs glide, diving, twisting, and hunting insects. The forest responds to these dramas. Branches sway, ferns rustle, and insects scatter in calculated patterns. Even microhabitats react. Small mammals seek cover, amphibians move with the flow of water, and insects exploit every opportunity. The entire ecosystem is alive, breathtakingly complex, and in constant motion. As the sun begins to set, the dramatic energy gradually softens. Shadows lengthen, colors deepen, and tension dissolves. Dinosaurs slow their movements, herds huddle for protection, predators rest in shaded areas, and birds return to nests. Rivers reflect the fading light, oceans glow softly, and clouds drift lazily in the evening sky. The earth exhales slowly, releasing the energy of the day. Even volcanic activity, if present, appears gentler, distant, and almost ceremonial in its presence. Twilight in the Jurassic is both majestic and calming, a natural transition from excitement to serenity. The world prepares for night, a rhythm that has repeated for millions of years. Night descends gradually. Stars shimmer in the sky, reflected softly on rivers and oceans. The air cools, carrying the scent of foliage, water, and earth. Nocturnal creatures emerge, small mammals forage, insects hum, amphibians call softly. Predators rest but remain alert. Forests, plains, rivers, and oceans all participate in a quiet symphony. Movement continues, subtle but purposeful. Even in darkness, life is interconnected, harmonious, and beautiful. Nightfall is a lullaby for the planet itself, a gentle end to the day's drama. Observe the Jurassic at night. Notice subtle interactions. A stegosaurus nudges a fallen leaf. A small mammal collects food. A pterosaur glides silently across the river. Every movement, every sound, contributes to balance, survival, and harmony. Breathe deeply, matching your rhythm to the world around you. Inhale with the gentle river currents. Exhale with the sway of trees. Feel the pulse of the earth beneath your feet, the rhythm of life in its countless forms. Every detail draws you into calm, reflection, and restorative peace. The oceans, now reflecting stars, are calm. Pliosaurs drift quietly, ichthyosaurs glide slowly, and ammonites spiral gently in currents. Fish move gracefully, plants sway with subtle rhythm. Even the most dramatic hunters of the day rest, conserving energy for tomorrow. Currents carry subtle movements, reflecting moonlight and starlight. Water laps against shores, gently caressing rocks and sand. The ocean becomes a mirror for the night sky, a silent, soothing companion for reflection and sleep. Above, the skies are dark but alive. Stars sparkle faintly through drifting clouds. Pterosaurs glide slowly, returning to nests or perching. Birds are silent, hidden in trees. Even in rest, the skies are part of the ecosystem's harmony, participating in the gentle rhythm of life. Clouds move with subtle patterns. Moonlight reflects off water and foliage, and shadows of the past day linger softly across landscapes. The sky itself becomes part of a lullaby, connecting land, water, and air in a final, serene symphony. Allow the sights and sounds of the Jurassic to guide you gently toward rest. Forests sway softly, rivers ripple quietly, oceans pulse gently, and skies stretch overhead in calm majesty. Dinosaurs, birds, mammals, reptiles, and insects rest, each part of a harmonious, timeless ecosystem. Imagine floating through this world, drifting alongside rivers, gliding above forests, watching ocean currents carry life. Every detail, movement, sound, and light dissolves tension, calms the mind, and fosters deep, restorative sleep. With each inhale, draw in serenity. With each exhale, release stress and tension. Let the pulse of earth, the rhythm of life, and the quiet majesty of the Jurassic carry you into dreams. As our journey through the Jurassic draws to a close, take a deep breath and let your mind drift with the rhythm of life we have witnessed. From the earliest moments of lush, untamed forests to the roaring encounters of apex predators, from the vast oceans teeming with prehistoric marvels to the boundless skies alive with soaring pterosaurs, the Jurassic has revealed itself in all its grandeur, complexity, and quiet majesty. Imagine the Earth as it settles into calm after millions of years of motion. Rivers flow with steady patience, forests breathe in and out with gentle rhythm, and the mountains and volcanoes stand as eternal guardians, watching over all life. Even the ocean waves whisper softly against the shores, carrying stories of creatures that once glided beneath their depths, powerful and graceful. Tonight, we pause in reflection. The giants we watched, Brachiosaurus, Diplodocus, Stegosaurus, are no longer threats or hunters but symbols of endurance, adaptation, and the delicate balance of life. Predators, too, such as Allosaurus and Ceratosaurus, are no longer fearsome. They are elegant representations of survival, precision, and instinct. Every scale, claw, and feather tells a story of evolution's meticulous artistry. The forests remain alive, but in a softer tone. Leaves whisper with the evening breeze, ferns sway with grace, and the undergrowth conceals countless tiny lives, each contributing to the great web of Jurassic existence. Small mammals forage quietly, insects hum softly, and amphibians ripple through puddles and streams. Every movement, though subtle, carries purpose and meaning. Life, even at its smallest scale, is extraordinary. Imagine now looking toward the oceans. The water glistens under the last rays of the sun, reflecting skies painted with gold, orange, and soft pink. Pliosaurs drift lazily, ichthyosaurs glide in gentle arcs, and ammonites spiral gracefully, like dancers in an underwater ballet. Currents carry nutrients, light, and motion, reminding us that even in stillness, life continues in quiet harmony. The skies above mirror this serenity. Pterosaurs glide across fading light, wings outstretched in effortless flight. Birds of the Jurassic, ancestors to modern wings, twist and turn, performing aerial dances that blend grace, agility, and instinct. Even clouds drift lazily, forming ever-changing shapes, softening the edges of the world, and guiding the eye toward wonder and reflection. Take a moment to consider the passage of time. Millions of years have shaped this world, sculpting landscapes, guiding evolution, and forging life in forms both gigantic and minute. Mountains have risen and eroded. Volcanoes have shaped valleys and rivers. Oceans have expanded and receded. Life has adapted, persisted, and flourished. The Jurassic is a testament to patience, resilience, and the elegance of change. In these final moments, notice the quiet interconnectedness of everything we have explored. Forests, plains, rivers, oceans, skies, they are not separate realms, but a single, magnificent system, humming with life and purpose. Every predator hunt, every gentle movement of a herbivore, every ripple in the water, every flap of a wing, every insect's flight is part of a grand, eternal rhythm. Nothing exists in isolation. Everything is connected in an intricate, breathtaking dance. Even as night falls, the world does not cease. Stars emerge one by one, scattering soft light across forests, rivers, and oceans. The air cools gently, carrying the scent of foliage, water, and earth. Nocturnal creatures awaken in measured, purposeful rhythm. Small mammals forage, insects hum softly, amphibians call gently, and the occasional distant roar of a resting predator echoes faintly. The earth continues to breathe, moving gracefully through cycles of activity and rest. Think now of yourself within this world. You are a silent observer, breathing in tandem with life around you. Inhale with the sway of the trees. Exhale with the rhythm of rivers and oceans. Feel the pulse of the land beneath your feet, the gentle lift of wind across your face, and the soft glow of twilight fading into night. You are part of the same rhythm that has carried life for millions of years. As your body relaxes and your mind drifts, allow the incredible majesty of the Jurassic to fade gently into memory. Recall the towering sauropods stretching toward the canopy, the precise strikes of powerful predators, the swirling schools of ichthyosaurs beneath sunlit waves, and the effortless glides of pterosaurs above endless forests. Hold these images lightly, like a soft lullaby, letting them soothe and calm, rather than excite or distract. Now, the world softens further. Forests sway gently in the night breeze. Water laps quietly against riverbanks and shores. The mountains and volcanoes rest silently, casting long shadows across plains and valleys. Even the smallest creatures, mammals, insects, amphibians, perform their nightly routines with quiet elegance. Life continues, but in a tone of gentle meditation, inviting you to release all tension, all worry, and all thought. Allow your imagination to drift across rivers, through forests, over plains, and under oceans. See the gentle reflections on water, the soft glow of stars above, and the distant silhouettes of creatures moving slowly and peacefully. Each detail, each movement, carries calm and rhythm, guiding you deeper into a sense of connection, wonder, and serene rest. Think of the Jurassic not as a distant past, but as a timeless presence. It exists in every river, every tree, every ripple of water, and every flutter of a wing. Its lessons are those of patience, resilience, harmony, and adaptation. Allow yourself to absorb this wisdom, breathing it in, letting it flow through every fiber of your being. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, remember the majesty of this world, the forests that stretch endlessly, the oceans that carry life gracefully, the skies that host endless motion, the mountains and volcanoes that witness the unfolding of life. Remember the creatures, the giants, the predators, the hunters, the gentle herbivores, the agile flyers, the quiet mammals, and the hum of insects and amphibians. All are part of one magnificent story, and you, too, are part of it. Let the images of the Jurassic linger softly in your mind. Let the gentle rhythms of life guide your breathing. Inhale the calm of forests and oceans. Exhale the stress and tension of the day. Let the pulse of the earth, the majesty of life, and the eternal flow of time carry you into restorative, dream-filled sleep. And so, as our journey ends, know that the Jurassic is not gone. It exists in memory, in imagination, in every heartbeat that connects you to the pulse of life itself. Sleep now, embraced by the wonder, the beauty, and the serene majesty of a world that has inspired awe for millions of years. Good night, fellow traveler. Rest peacefully. The Jurassic watches over you.